The birth of Amaterasu, goddess of the sun. Long ago, when the world of gods was still young and the lands of Japan were yet unshaped, two divine beings stood upon the floating bridge of heaven. Their names were Izanagi and Izanami, the creators. With a jeweled spear, they stirred the sea, and where the brine dripped and thickened, the first islands of Japan were born. Together, they created gods of wind and fire, trees and rivers, laughter and death. But creation came at a cost. When Izanami gave birth to the fire god, she was burned from within. She died, and her spirit descended into Yomi, the land of darkness. Heartbroken, Izanagi followed her down into the shadowed realm, hoping to bring her back. But death had changed her. She begged him not to look upon her. He disobeyed. By the light of a comb turned torch, he saw her as she was, decayed, crawling with rot, no longer the goddess he remembered. Horrified, he fled. She chased him, enraged. He sealed the entrance into the underworld with a boulder, and from that moment, the world of the living and dead were forever divided. But Izanagi carried death's touch on his skin. To cleanse him, he waded into the sacred river and began a ritual of purification, misogi. As he washed away the filth of Yomi, new gods were born from his body. From his left eye, radiant and blinding, emerged Amaterasu, the goddess of the sun. And from his right eye came Tsukuyomi, the calm and distant moon god. From his nose was born Susanoo, wild and fierce, the god of storms and the sea. These three would shape the heavens. Izanagi looked upon Amaterasu and saw her light fill the sky, chasing the shadows from the mountain tops, awakening the fields, stirring the waves. He was so moved by her brilliance that he gave her the heavens themselves, the high plane of heaven, or Takamagahara, to rule as her own domain. And thus, day was born. The people of Japan would one day trace their lineage to her. Emperors would claim descent from the sun goddess, wearing her light like a crown. But not all was harmony. Her brother Susanoo, untamed and grieving the loss of his mother Izanami, raged across the heavens. Though Amaterasu welcomed him, he repaid her with chaos. He trampled her rice fields, defiled her palace, and, in madness, he hurled a flayed horse into her sacred weaving hall, killing one of her attendants. Grief-stricken, Amaterasu fled. She hid herself in a cave, Amano Iwato, and sealed it shut with a boulder. Without her, the world was cast into darkness. Crops failed, the gods grew cold, spirits wandered, nothing could flourish without the sun. And the gods despaired. But one among them, clever and bold, Amino Ozume, goddess of dawn and laughter, stepped forward. She turned a tub upside down, leapt upon it, and began to dance, wildly, shamelessly, joyously. The gods roared with laughter. The world, still dark, rang with mirth. Curious, Amaterasu peeked out. When she did, the gods held up a mirror, catching her reflection, radiant and golden. In that moment, Amaterasu saw her own beauty, her power, her light. The gods quickly sealed the cave behind her, and order was restored. Day followed night once more, warmth kissed the earth, life continued. And Amaterasu took her place in the sky, ever watchful, ever shining. To this day, her light bathes the islands of Japan. Her symbol, the mirror, became one of the three imperial regalia. Her legacy lives in temples and emperors, in sunlight on rice fields, in the very name of the nation, Nihon, the origin of the sun. For Amaterasu is not just the sun. She is the reason we rise, the light that returns after sorrow, the hope that waits behind the stone. Enjoyed the story? Tap like, hit subscribe, and join us again for more wonders from the world's oldest tales.